Hello, hello. What is up, everybody? It is me, Mike Vanderpool, the founder of Anthony Wayne Innovation and Design, and I'm here with Chris Eischen, director of the Toledo Tech Loft. No, you're good, dude. I'm actually just making a video. This is how we make it happen, right? At the Toledo Tech Loft, right? The energy's good, man. Yeah, of course. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? So I'm actually going to be going through today and teaching people, showing people how to use Notebook LM for honestly, I'm going to say anything. I am a person who is in academia. I'm a college instructor. I also do some design work, consulting, working on some projects here in downtown Toledo. Also projects kind of all over the place, helping cool people do cool things. And one of the coolest things that I've found here recently is this tool called Notebook LM. Notebook LM is a Google product. Steven Johnson, if you're familiar with Steven Johnson, he is a leader in the innovation space. He's got some great videos and TED Talks out there, along with quite a few books on where do good ideas come from, how we got to now, and things like that. So Steven was actually involved in some of the work as a consultant on this Notebook LM product. So what I want to do today is show you a few of the instances where I've used it for my own work. My company here, Anthony Wayne Innovation and Design, you may not know this, but we've actually nominated and identified, made an AI entity our CEO. And what does that actually mean, right? So role of our CEO is really to guide us as we work on projects. And one of the ways that I was using that in the past was I would build a custom GPT over in ChatGPT, loaded with some of our documents about our company and the projects that we're working on, connected into some other things. And then, the CEO AI would give us some guidance on what to do next and how to actually approach some things and help us focus, organize, do stuff like that. Now, me as founder, doer, mad scientist behind some of this stuff, I'm all over the place with quite a few things, and employing Notebook LM and some of these other tools I'll probably introduce along the way here today has really been instrumental in helping me to be able to do multiple things, help me to task switch more effectively. And without any further ado, let me just get into showing you all what this cool tool can do. So I'm going to put my head over there for right now. So you see me over looking over there. It's me checking my own camera. And I will come in here and I'm going to share my screen. Let's go. Let's go. Let's just share this entire screen. Why not? Screen one, boom, schlock, lock, boom. There we go. So this is Notebook LM. You can get to this through your Google account. I do have a pro Google account, so I'm paying for some Google Cloud Storage and things like that. So I do have a pro Google account. I do not have a pro Notebook LM account. So all of this stuff, if you have the basic Notebook LM account, you can actually make this happen. All right, so a little bit of the lay of the land here. You have this sources repository, and sources are information that you add in yourself. So, where ChatGPT and some of the other tools are pulling from this big, huge knowledge base to create information, Notebook LM allows you to be selective with what you're pulling into the air quotes AI. And you'll see me do that a lot simply because of how I feel about AI and what this actually really is. You have the sources here that you can add in. Really easy to add things from your Google Drive account. You can upload some of your own sources as well. You can actually link also to websites, and you can copy paste in text. Now it gives you a source limit here of 300 sources. There's a word count limit, all kinds of stuff here, but you can also look at other sources. So discover some sources here. Let's go design and innovation companies. So maybe I want to keep track of some of the things might be competing with or partners I might be synergizing with. I could go here, discover some sources that maybe I don't know, or maybe even do know. So here we go. IDEO as a company, if you're in the design thinking space, you may be familiar with. I could go ahead and maybe add in that. Top innovation consulting firms, Board of Innovation, 10 principles for design thinking and value. That's a good one there. Let's bring in IDEO as well. The design thinking framework from IDEO, let's bring that in, the business value of design. So all of these things then will be part of the knowledge base that my AI CEO references when we make decisions. So let's just go ahead and throw those in. Ooh, metrics for managing innovation. I like that. So let's go ahead and import this. And you'll see these things show up over in the side view here. And then I can go ahead and within the chat, works just like ChatGPT, Claude, some of the other things. How does AWID stack compare to IDEO? Let's see what happens here. This could be interesting. With IDEO, is that what it is? Yeah, IDEO. And we'll see what the chat gives us. Now, again, it's not going to go out and search the entire knowledge base of a large language model. What it's going to do is just search my documentation here. And similar to how ChatGPT behaves, it will sometimes just dump in a lot of information. One of the recommendations that I have would be if this is more of a slideshow view that I could actually navigate between and kind of take these morsels of information in, but we'll wait for Google to give me a call on that. So we share a core focus on innovation and the design methodology, but we differ significantly in our scale, history, geographic research, and specific applications. That makes sense, right? IDEO has been around for a long time. Anthony Wayne Innovation and Design is really just popping off here locally in downtown Toledo / Northwest Ohio in the last year. So what's really awesome here is that we have references. So all of this source material that we put in here, every time we get some information from it, sources are identified. So we can kind of see this comparison here. I'm not going to go through and look at this now. I might look at this later. So what would really, really, really be cool here is what I can do is I can actually take this and I can save this as a note. This note lives over here, and now I can come back and I can reference this even if my chat disappears or I decide to refresh the chat and start over with something. We'll clear out my chat history, go back to the OG here, but now this note still exists. We have a couple things here from McKinsey.com. I can look at upload failed due to an error fetching the URL. Okay, that's fine. Let's just go ahead and remove that, delete that, and then let's remove that as well. So a lot of this foundationally is going to rely on your organization of your own files and your own infrastructure. So here you can see I do have some projects that I've worked on, some courses that I've built, Introduction to a Career in Tech. Let's go ahead and organize this a little bit better. Let's put some of this stuff into this folder here. Lock, boom. Forms Corp, KTLCB, these are some of the people that we've talked to, Toledo Codes, What's Happening was a podcast that we did. We do have our document index. We have this press release here. Let's see if that press release is in our knowledge base. It is not, so I can come in here now and through Google Drive and go ahead and add in press release for Anthony Wayne. Innovation and Design. Here we go. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Insert this now. And sweet, sweet, sweet. So what can I ask for? Let's go ahead and just give me a 1-paragraph summary of Anthony. You don't have to obviously spell. We'll do AWID. That'll be easier. AWID. What I would end up dumping into this as we move forward would be project updates, meeting notes, even some of the stuff that we're posting out there on social media in order for us to be able to get a better, have more data for us to work with as we talk about what we might do next. So here we go. Founded by me in 2023, fostering innovation, workforce development, beautiful thing, regionally focused in Northwest Ohio, ensuring everyone has access to the future of work. All of those phrases are phrases that you'll find in my documents. And the cool thing here is that we have references. So if I were to ever see anything in here that was perhaps wrong or stated incorrectly, I could actually go back to the source. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So let's go ahead and, CEO, what? Hey, CEO, what are our priorities? You cannot add in Excel spreadsheets. So if you want to put anything like that data, you would have to use Google Sheets for that. Obviously, it is a Google product. What's really, really nice too is that Notebook LM your data does not go back in to feed the large language model machine. So all of your stuff stays kind of secluded and is not going back and used to train the model. This is just using that large language model processing to process a smaller knowledge base. Should be less hallucinations. Again, it is AI and it is automatically generated. So just like everything else that you might find, you would want to go back and make sure that you are verifying what's being said or what's being put out there. So looks like we have three primary pillars: workforce development and regional prosperity, applied innovation and community solutions, leading through AI and internal learning. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Directed towards objectives. So what should we do next? Cool, cool. Now, this is obviously just, I'm using this for me personally, but this is something that can be shared out, and I could have other people on my team have access to this, so other people could also communicate with this document. My marketing team may be able to come in and ask for what the focus should be. Again, we're getting a lot here, so I'm going to go ahead and just maybe come in here and go into the configuration for the notebook. Define the conversational goal. I'm going to leave it as default. Choose. We'll actually go into custom here. Provide short responses, and let's do this. Seek first when prompted. Seek first to understand, and then provide concise responses that lead to a dialogue. That will obviously be, hopefully give us something a little bit better. So I'm going to save this. Let me refresh, see if this gives us a different response based on that post I said. What should we focus on today? Now, you know, what I'm doing right now is a little bit amorphous, maybe not as, oh geez, what's the best way to say it? Might not be the best kind of application here for how you might use this as an organization. One of the best ways I think to use this right now, and I've helped some companies with, you know, communication protocols and information architecture, would be to load in to the knowledge base your standard operating procedures, and then your team could then communicate and ask questions. So instead of pointing to, hey Bob knows where that's at, or Susie's in charge of that, your team then could honestly just come in here and find what they need. So we've got, you're in your focus. Ooh, sweet. So seeking first understand which of these key initiatives are strategic, aligned best with your immediate interest. Let's go ahead and let's look at classes. Let's look at classes to offer in 2026. And right now, I believe we only have the introduction to a career in design and tech in here. So we should get a fairly straightforward response here. Yep. Here's our introduction to a career in tech. We also do have the high school tech academy that's part of this, and then the class introduction to design and technology. Cool. Give me some one-liners to promote the intro to a career in tech class. That was actually a really good class we did last year, and I believe that it's something that we'll do at least once, if not multiple times here in 2026. Now, the one thing I don't know is if our sources automatically update. But here we go. Access the future for free. Sweet. There's some nice one-liners for how we might promote our career in tech. So now this will be kind of interesting here. So let's go ahead and uncheck these sources, and let's really focus on the Oh, I don't think I added those yet, did I? Let me go and add in here. Go to Google Drive. Intro to career in tech. All of this, there's a slideshow we can add. Here's this course, introduction to career in tech. Awesome. Let's add those three things here. Now it does put things in alphabetically, so this is another place where I might like to make some improvements, would be to actually organize these into folders if that was possible. Again, as a new tool, I'm going to assume that this thing will evolve over time. So it's got our intro to a career in tech. Now let's do this. We're going to go ahead and let's have it create a mind map here. So this is going to pull from the sources we have selected and create a mind map. I've never done a mind map here yet in Notebook LM. Let's also do this video overview and then this audio overview. So these things are really, really cool from the perspective of being able to take text content and turn it into something, oh geez, here's our mind map, into something that we might be able to share with other people or use as a prototype for maybe a podcast, audio snippets, and or even a video that we might be able to share with people. So here we go. Here is the mind map of our introduction to a career in tech class here. And we can go ahead and looks like we zoom in, zoom out this way. We do have the, let's just say if it's good or bad content, and then we can download this mind map. Let's see what actually it comes down as. And it does come down as a PNG. Oh, look at that. That's a graphic then that we could probably use if we were going to talk about making some content to either promote or discuss the course. And please don't mind my desktop. So we can use it to help create some graphics like that. Let's go back in here and look. That's going to take a while to create those tools. So what I'm going to do here right now is I'm going to go ahead and hopefully I don't give away too many company secrets here, but I'm going to go over to Notebook LM for this Design 295 Applied AI and Design Thinking class that I'm building. There are some resources that I've been pulling in. Maybe this won't be the best version here. Let me see if I can find something else. Our senior capstone class. This worked really, really well as a pilot. So we have our senior capstone project. This is something that includes the final project checklist, the proposal outline that students need to put together, along with them the assignment instructions. I've also included some resources about how to give a good presentation, the course schedule, and some other things. Now, imagine I am an instructor getting ready to present this to students. I can come in here and I had this video created. I don't know if you'll be able to hear this. I can't remember if I turned sound on when I shared this. This 6-minute video was created in about 10 minutes. All of these slides here are generated, and I haven't checked them all for accuracy, but it looks pretty freaking accurate at a first glance. And even if I were to take this as maybe a first draft and then create some of my own graphics, I could overlay those over the top and use the audio from it. But I shared this with students and they were very appreciative because this video then, other than just me talking and presenting in class, became a course resource that I could use. The other thing that's pretty cool here, and let me make sure I'm actually sharing my sound. So I'm going to stop sharing and then we will come in here and we'll share again, share screen, also share the sound. Yeah, so you should have been able to see all of that. Oh no, here we go, system audio. Now you'll be able to hear this. This will be really, really cool here. We're going to go over to this design capstone and I'll take a listen to this.
Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise,
Yeah.
taking dense academic requirements and turning them into clear, actionable strategies you can use. Today, we're tackling a big one, the DSGN 498 Senior Capstone. Think of it as the final boss for design students. Our mission, to break down its structure, its demands, the whole 15-week process, basically giving you a shortcut to understanding this massive undertaking.
That's a good way to put it. And it's important to frame it correctly from the get-go. This isn't just...
So this podcast, interactive, a little bit more back and forth communication. And then this is the really, really, really sick part of this whole thing. Watch this. Let's play this.
Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise, taking dense academic requirements and turning them...
Oh, hey, welcome. What's up?
Hey, I'm just getting started. Where do I begin?
Oh, welcome. Perfect timing.
Just catching the beginning.
We're talking about the DSGN 498 Senior Capstone.
If you're just starting, the absolute beginning is the most critical part.
You need to focus on two things right away.
First, the project proposal, which is due in week 2.
Okay, let's unpack this. The proposal determines everything.
It forces you to define your scope, your audience, and your goals.
So now students could actually have an interactive conversation with this AI based around my documents. So large class sizes, people who are afraid maybe to ask questions, they can use this. I share this resource out with my students. They can then use this. Let's go ahead and go back to our, see, you might have to refresh the screen here to see if this gets done, if these are done. Studio output will be saved here. Maybe once it loads. The waiting is the hardest part, folks. While we're waiting on that, here we go. It's still generating. Okay, let's go play over here now. So there's our podcast. There's our video for the project. We can also come in here and we could have it generate a quiz. So students could do some self-study here with a quiz as well. We were able to take some of the individual pieces and turn these into video presentations as well, specifically for how to give a good presentation. We relied heavily on this single resource. We probably add in multiple resources in all honesty. Let me do a discovery here and let's look for something design thinking, if I could spell. Methodology. So the beautiful part about all of this is that it's taking the existing content. What does that mean for you? It means you have to have your information architecture, your organization of your information put together here fairly well. So let's go ahead and we'll uncheck this. Well, uncheck them all. We'll take the 5 stages, the introduction here. What is empathy? Why is it so important? Some design thinking tools. That might be cool. Design thinking for public service excellence, design versus agile. That may be kind of cool. And there we go. We'll put this in here, load those in. And again, I wish it would bucket them a little bit better because clicking and sorting, right? This is a little bit more cumbersome, but now I can come in here and let me go ahead and create I'll create a video overview for that one as well. Something, again, I could share with students. So here's a quiz on the capstone. According to the syllabus, what is the grading weight assigned to the final project deliverable? Oh, I don't know. I can't remember. Maybe 50%. No. Oh, look at that. And it actually gives you the right answer. Now, I wish it would actually link back to the source material here, but it doesn't. Based on the capstone proposal outlining hints, what is the best way to define a project's target audience? Be specific as possible. I would say that's probably right. There we go. There we go. How to give a good presentation video. Suggest a breathing technique to help stay calm. What is this technique called and how does it work? All right. Points me back to where it came from. Oh, geez, I have no idea. Here we go. Not quite. Box breathing. Box breathing. Matches the exact description provided in the video. Involves inhaling, holding, exhaling, and holding again, each on the count of 4. I like that one. What is the policy regarding late work? So late work is not accepted. We know that. Unless communicated. 15 questions here. Pretty cool, pretty cool. I'm not going to go through all of them. Now, hopefully we can come back over here. And here we go. So Zero to Tech Career here is the audio podcast for our Introduction to a Career in Tech class.
Welcome back to the Deep Dive.
Good to be here.
So today we're tackling
Now,
something
it's got the name Deep Dive. It does
pretty
stuff like
interesting.
that.
We've got this massive
name it
multi-module
yourself.
course outline.
Right. The kind designed to take someone from zero to, well, hopefully employed in tech.
Exactly. For career changers,
Well, if I go
people
that
starting fresh, no experience needed, that whole group.
And our mission basically is to distill it all.
Yeah, pull out the absolute core stuff, what skills really matter, which paths are, the best entry points.
For the actual steps, like what do you need to do right now to break in?
Okay, let's get straight into it. The very first thing this material tackles is, well, the big one, the myth.
Ah, yes. The elephant in the room.
What's the number one thing people get
The
wrong about
conversational
starting
style
in
here is
tech?
pretty amazing.
It's got to be the idea that you must
Does
be
keep
some
it
kind of
interesting.
coding genius.
Doesn't
Like
feel
a
robotic.
wizard.
Right.
Let's go ahead and do this. We'll join.
Welcome back to the Deep.
Whoa, did someone just break the fourth
Hey.
wall? Let's hear it.
Hey, can you help me? With when is the next available class? So now it's not going to have anything in there to help me with
Oh,
this.
that's a great question.
We love the immediate interest.
You're asking about the next
But if I did
intro
have the
to a
schedule
career
for
in tech
classes in
class,
there-
right?
That's the one we're detailing today.
Well, we don't have the exact minute-by-minute calendar for OED in front of us,
We could.
We do know that the Intro to a Career in Tech course is now free for anyone.
which is huge. They've eliminated the cost barrier entirely.
That initiative really speaks to their goal to lift everyone regardless of where they live.
It's all about access to the future-ready jobs we're discussing.
So might go on a little bit too long for what we actually need, right? Just tell me, hey, I don't know. But it'd be interesting to listen to the whole thing and see how it kind of picked back up. So just scratching the surface here, reports, generate reports based on your sources. I'm assuming if I don't really have a good spreadsheet to dump in there right now. Maybe that'll be the next one of like results, survey results from course. I could put those in and be interested to see what it would actually give me here. What kind of reports could it generate? Briefing doc, overview of your sources featuring key insights, study guide, blog post. Let's see what it'll do with the blog post here. Cool, cool, cool. I really want to see what this video over here is going to look like. Again, generating video, kind of a resource hog. It's probably going to take a while to actually do that. But by far, from all of the tools I've experienced now for applied AI in the spaces I play, from organizing maybe standard operating procedures for a company, being able to group information around a specific course, and then allow people to interact with that content and find their own answers is huge. Imagine a class with 100 students all working on final projects, all at different states of the game, all needing different help. Yes, you as the faculty, yes, you as the manager should be somebody who helps people find what they need. But at the end of the day, if people can find what they need, you can then spend more time helping them with bigger questions, bigger creative ideas. Focus more on the ideas and how we make stuff happen versus just finding the information that you need to make something happen. All right. Well, here's what we're going to do. I'm not going to make you sit and wait here. I wanted to keep this kind of short and sweet as an introduction. But what I will do is on the Anthony Wayne Innovation and Design channel here, I will go ahead and post some of these as examples. So please just like this Anthony Wayne Innovation and Design YouTube page, subscribe, turn on the notifications so that you get all of them. And over the next couple of days here, I will be uploading these videos for you to check out. And if you have any questions about how you might use LM Notebook, please feel free to give me a call. You know where to find me. Be good to each other.